So in my video on Fork Parker's holiday profit hike, I mentioned an older game, a more elusive title. So elusive, in fact, that I don't think you can play it anymore. It's not as easy to track down as the profit hike, which was readily available on Steam. I'll go through my journey of discovery with you, showing you what I learned and my research process. Let's get started. In a Reddit post from 2 years ago asking about the theme of the face melter, Dave Crooks, Dodge Roll's designer, posted a few links to the SoundCloud of Erica H., the woman responsible for the music of Fork Parker's holiday profit hike and apparently all the sound effects in Gungeon, which includes the face melter's theme, the unicorn horn theme, and others. In this Reddit post, he links one song that he prefaces with, "She also did the music for a game jam game we made before we would Dodge Roll." The song he links to is called Ninja Rain, and I'll put a link to it in the video description, but it doesn't give much away. According to SoundCloud, Erica uploaded Ninja Rain 6 years ago, and with it being 2019 as of the making of this script, that's a 2013 release date. She also states that she made it for the Indie Speed Run Game Developer competition, where groups were given 48 hours to make a game, but doesn't get any more specific than that. So I did some research into the Indie Speed Run Gamejam and found multiple blogs and articles referencing one of these game jams going down prominently in 2013, falling right into our time window and apparently even being judged by Notch himself. They also linked to a website for the event, which no longer exists, sadly. But I also found a Twitter account under the handle Indie Speedrun. Bingo. That seemed to be the one, and it was even followed by Dave Crooks himself, which was a very encouraging sign, but I also didn't find anything there either. It's true I could have missed something, since they tweeted, replied, and retweeted a whole awful lot in the year of 2013, but it doesn't look like their Twitter account is going to be the answer to this mystery. So I was stuck. I had nothing. Every path I went down was a dead end. Unless Dodge Roll or Indie Speedrun got back to my queries, there wasn't really anything I could do. Fortunately, that's exactly what happened. This might be a spoiler for a future video, but I actually managed to get a hold of Dodge Roll designer Dave Crooks in Reddit DMs for a small interview. And the very first question I asked him was about this game. What was it? Was it still playable? Etc. This was the answer I received. I'm not sure if it's still available online, but yeah, it was called Spin Cycle, and we made it under the fake company named the Brave Companions. It was a learning experience. We didn't have enough time to create as much content as we wanted. We were actually planning on developing that game into a full game before we decided to make Gungeon instead. I think we made the right choice. One thing I should explain is that before Dodge Roll came to be Dodge Roll, they went under the name the Brave Companions. This is something I actually knew since they've mentioned it a couple times on Twitter, but I never thought to look for them under that name. Searching Spin Cycle by the Brave Companions brought up an article about the game, through which I found a full playthrough of it uploaded to Dodge Roll Brent's personal YouTube channel. A channel with 2 uploads and 4 subscribers, including me now, so it's not really a surprise that I never stumbled across it before. Also, shout out to Nightfall, the OG Dodge Roll fan. But as it stands, everything we know about Spin Cycle comes from this video, so let's go through it now. After logos and a plea to use a controller, you're given a simple prompt. He deserves to die. This is your mission. The man you're hunting has done something and deserves to die for it, and you're going to make that happen. Or rather, this little ninja character is going to make that happen. I've redrawn him myself because the video is a tad compressed, but I stayed as faithful to the original design as possible. The game sees you platforming around a neon megacity in the rain with a mountain overlooking it all. The city features typically Japanese architecture in amongst the skyscrapers, only strengthening the Japanese theme presented by the whole game. Touching one of the blue or red neon beams strewn about the city results in the player's death, and while we never see them fall in this video, we can assume the fall will also kill them. An integral part of the platforming would be these lanterns. The ninja player can extend a cord or pole or something similar and latch onto these lanterns, spinning around them and launching away from them at the angle and speed determined by their swing and momentum. I'd say this is where the spin in the title comes from. Throughout the game we pass by different billboards and background details showing a little bit of the world. First thing we see is a large zeppelin flying above the city in the background with the neon text advertising Heroes Discount Subs on the side. Next we get a yellow billboard depicting an old man in a martial arts pose with the text, Wizard Ninja 6, Kunai of the Shurikane. This time, there's a ninja. The following billboard is whitish grey with the text, "If you won't talk to your kids about submarines, who will?" With the black submarine sitting centre stage on the board. Another reference to submarines. Either this is just meant to be some funny, lol random humour, or submarines were supposed to play a larger role in this game's world. The final billboard conveys another entry in the Wizard Ninja franchise. Wizard Ninja Begins 3D. Something Wizards Ninjas Day. Better than the original. The Wizard Ninja here is clearly a reference to Hello Fellow Kids corporate culture. The game's checkpoints are marked by this strange little magenta pinwheel thing. I'm not quite sure what its relevance is, but I thought I'd mention it. The game is fairly short, as the playthrough of it on Brent's channel is only 3 minutes long and could probably be easily cut down by a competent speedrunner. So before long, the game is at its end, and we get to see what this was all about through a short hand-drawn cutscene. Our ninja breaks into a home. His target, the Chad meme, is in the next room. While we don't see it happen directly, we know that the ninja gets his revenge, spilling the blood of his enemy. As he climbs out a window and makes his escape, we get to see a little girl holding her teddy bear, presumably the target's daughter. We see the tears on her cheeks, the anguish in her face, and the hatred in her eyes, before we end on the same note we started on. He deserves to die. Because that's what this game is about, the endless loop of murder and revenge that these people have become embroiled in. That's what the rest of the title is about. Outside of being a washing machine pun, it's about the cycle we see depicted. This girl is going to grow up, she's going to train, and she's going to hunt down the man who killed her father. After all, he deserves to die. Well, that's all I can really say regarding Spin Cycle. If there are any secrets in this game, we'll never really know, since all we really have is this playthrough. I don't think this ties into anything to do with modern dodge roll or Gungeon lore. I don't even think they reference it. At its core, it's a starting point. Square one, the go tile, and I respect it for that. I am intrigued by what Dave told me though, about how they considered making it a fully fleshed out game, but they chose Gungeon instead. Imagine that alternate universe where we have this instead of Gungeon. I wonder what a full version would even look like. But anyways, I've got to chase the nest of fire ants out of my life-sized Hindenburg replica. See ya!